4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
G'day. Welcome to yet another cast by me, the Line Boss. Today we have, I always forget to change that. We have a Division D East game. This time we have Dream Beam facing Business of Ferrets. So, as we can see, Dream Beam had banned out Volskaya Foundry, Tomb of Spider Queen, while Business of Ferrets banned out Brax's Holdout and Dragonshire. Pretty standard bans. Like, yeah, nothing too kind of whack there. Everything kind of makes sense, so to speak, as I just readjust some volumes real quick, as I notice some peaking. So, that leads us to actually Towers of Doom first, being the second time this season I'm only cast Towers of Doom, which I haven't even opened the map. How lazy of me. Let me just open that on up right now. Right, and as soon as this is ready, which hopefully is not too long, we'll get on into the game. As I say, usually most games, I don't actually know what the result's going to be. I like to keep myself impartial so I know I kind of be excited as anyone else. But let's prepare ourselves as let's get into the game. So, on the left-hand side of Dream Beam, we have Ronin on Zul. Sluggerden is on Jimmy Raynor. Oh gosh, how do I say that? Quinel is on the Alarak. Skiv on the May, Blues Steen V2 on the Rhaegar. On the right hand side we have Vince Noir on the Kael'thas. Jay Tizzle on that's a good name. I don't even know if I I do. Jay Tizzle on the Anduin. I'm a Burb on the Dahaka. Special Chai is on Joanna and Fawn of Time on Vala. Okay, we have a lightning build Alarak to start. Interesting. So just saw that immediately. Other things to note, we have Gambit on both Raynor and Vala, so both of those auto attackers, every time they die, they lose their bonus. For Fawn of Time, it's sword attack speed. For the Raynor, it's auto attack damage. And I realize I need to readjust everything ever so slightly once more. And yeah, that is going to be the first trade. Other things to note, we have Globes from Kael'thas, we have Enhanced Agility to Haka, which he will eventually need to keep up with Ronin, because Ronin probably has the advantage earlier on, but as we get later in, I'm a Burb should do. Because yeah, you can see that this wave has already been torn apart by Ronin, and I'm a Burb is just kind of picking up what's left over. Special Chai gets a little zap. Sluggerden just shooting them once. Just trying to get as stacked as possible. You can see that they're holding on to that. Give them some pepper as much as possible. They're just being very patient. And yep, we can see that there has been a little bit of a correction by, not correction, but a little bit of a game plan change by the side of Business of Ferrets as they went to help Burb temporarily, as Burb did have a massive wave they need to clear top, just because of how Zul works with his minions, his summons. We do have a nice pull by J Tizzle using that Trust Issues button, as I like to call it, the Anduin pull. And both camps are taken over by their respective team. Quinai not quite getting his stacks there, it looks like it was about to be, but they'll give him in time. These fights get pretty chaotic and make for pretty easy stacking later, but not quite yet. I step up into the Blizzard, it's not much happening, and it really feels like Dream Beam's being able to clear these steps free. We do have Joe finally stepping up, taking a lot of damage and having to immediately turn around. There we go, we finally get a stack. Skiv actually getting relatively low. Nice pull combo by Quinel, as there is a lot of damage coming out. However, that will be the May about to go down. Nope, yep, there we go, May goes down first. Quinel and Raynor now in an awkward situation. If Raynor dies here, that's a Gambit stack loss, but nope. Special Chai is out of buttons and will not quite go on from yet. We do see level 4s are through for both teams. Anduin has Piercing Light. That's like you have a major kind of quest to kind of touch on so far. Otherwise, there's no other quests. Vince Noir just getting hit in the butt by Raynor with that Q. Yep, we have full Lightning build Alarak. Well, normal Lightning build Alarak, so I imagine we're going to see Lightning at his 16 as well. And yeah, we can already see that there is a lot of macro pressure coming out from Business of Ferrets. Because that is already by Dream Beam, as that is already front gate down. as I need to zoom all the way out. As we have Special Try doing what they can to get the damage out. Blue's team is going to get this relatively free, and we have a trade up top happen as per usual. Dream Beam having roughly a level, half level, not even half level, quarter level advantage so far. Slowly squeezing out more and more as time's going along. I wish I knew how to move this text box, because I know you can, but I don't know how. Right. So Rhaegar has split, and Dahaka sees that. Do we get aggressive here now? No. That's why Zul is doing top camp, but if he gets found out, if I'm a Burb realizes that, like, that's why Rhaegar's mid, then Ronan is kind of a spot of danger. I'm a Burb slowly walking towards here, but not going to find it. Blue Steen comes up just in case, but no, that is Ronan. Taking that camp relatively easily as they weren't discovered. Nice bomb by Vince Noir, getting a little bit of spreadage. We do see Fauna Time does use roll, just get out of immediate danger as, well, pull from Alarak can always be deadly. So 7's are through both teams, I'm going to bring this up once again. Curse Strike build Alarak? No. Whatever, Zul. And we actually have Alarak down to 80 sadism. This is one of the lower amounts you'll ever see on the sadism stacks, and we do actually have now a 5v5 going to be breaking out in just a few moments. J-Tizzle getting hit by the Zul root. We hear a cleanse come out on Skiv, and now we're getting a large amount of stuns happening from Special Try, but Talvik does get hit with that eject button from Varanor. And despite everything that's happening, no one has been found yet. We do see a root coming out onto Armorburb, does get pulled. Special Try is stepping up to see if they can help by getting a blind. However, they're running out of resources. Skiv now in danger. Fawn of Time pulled, and actually that'll be Fawn of Time going down just after they get their first stage. They lose a stack of their Gambit, and that is very unfortunate timing, as objectives are coming up just now, and it feels like that maybe Business Ferrets need to give this now. And both objectives going over to the side of Dream Team. Dream Beam. Oh yeah, I'm going to say that wrong a lot this series, aren't I? Not on purpose, mind you, just I'm a bit dumb and sometimes say things wrong. Right, and let's have just everyone just running at each other once again in bottom lane, because that is how this map works. Oh no, Alarak is coming to join bottom lane now. Slug it in slowly, walking up, shoot Special Try in the butt. We do see Special Try walks back up, he gets a nice little stun. Blind. Reyna was just constantly peppering down. But he's already up to 24 stacks without losing Gambit. Yes, without losing Gambit. May was the only one to die so far in their team. So they're going to be packing quite an auto attack at this point when they get up to that, give them some pepper. Well, we do see heroics coming through now for the side. I close it immediately. For the side of Dream Beam, we have Counter-Strike Alarak. We have Ice Wall on May, which pretty stands so far. Hyperion, Raynor, Skeleton Mages on Zul, and we see Joanna going in. The other thing is Ancestral by Rhaegar, so it'll be a bit hard to kill people now. But right, that is just a lot of siege coming out. A lot of bomb damage actually also happening. And we see Zul is now here, maybe wanting to push as well. But 10s are now through for the side of Business of Ferrets. We actually see Icewall coming out, nice combo. We see Light Bomb being used, finding its target. That is actually Alarak finding the kill onto Anduin to start. That's not quite what you want to see if you are the team of Business of Ferrets. And we see May stepping up awkwardly. However, May will go down. I'm a Burb having to pop that trait, using all that essence up and actually going to live a bit longer. Nice roll by Fawn of Time, dodging the Q from Alarak, and that will be them holding on a bit longer. And now objectives are coming up top, and I'm a Burb is just going to have to waddle on up. Other ults to notice is we have Blessed Shield from Joanna, Phoenix from the I nearly call him Kel'Thuzad, Kael'thas, Red Vengeance Vala, and the last thing I didn't mention is Isolation on Dahaka. And that is a very dead Raynor. That is another again, it's Second. There is a Counter-Strike, doesn't quite find Vincewire, Vincewire too far back. Fawn of Time having to step around awkwardly, making sure they're not ones go down. Blessed Shield means that they get to live a little bit longer. And that means that this fight to turn around is just a 2 for none. That was an excellent engage for Business of Ferrets, considering how a little bit of earlier fight's going. And I like the call to immediately take the camp of Dream Beam. Just because you want that advantage now, you may as well get it. You need to even up this lane and even take for bottom keep, as this little area here is king this map because it controls this incredibly well because you have literally this area and this area to come through. And even for this one, it's this area and this area. So really, by taking this out, you really have one area to go bottom, 2 areas to go mid, as opposed to 3 or 4. We do now have that bottom camp being taken again by Business Ferrets, getting both those sapper camps. So they'll be doing a lot, siege camps, whatever they're called, pumpkins. So they'll be doing a lot to open up this lane. Really, it does a lot to open up this lane. We do see Sluggerden getting shielded. We do see a nice one with follow-up. Barely hits the light bomb on both the tank and the damage, but no, we're going to have a little bit of turnaround of a fight now, as they're not going to quite find the kill they want immediately. And now that Dreambeam is more up on resources, that's going to be a little bit of a hassle. Vala does have Rain of Vengeance in a few seconds, but there is that 13 advantage over currently for Dreambeam. Actually, speaking of which, Vera's 13s for Business of Ferrets now. Skev gets Ancestral. They do pop Ice Block, however, for one time in an awkward situation. I'm a Burb as well. Most other Skeletal Mages use. However, Joe is hit by that brute by the... I can't remember his name. Zul, and we're actually getting Blue Steen V2 gets very low. We do see Joe trying to pop Irons, get a pop in, but doesn't quite get onto Ronin in time. And this is actually a big fight still happening, as Ronin is staying in. Unfortunately, there are 2 melee characters in range of Ronin, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Special Try gets an excellent 4-man stun. Actually dodges the Q, but will go down at the end. Ronin trying to catch up to one time, and we are seeing them getting chased off slowly but surely. Bomb comes out from Kalphas. Sluggerden uses E, but it's quest complete from the Kalphas, and a objective going over once again to the side of Dreambeam. This is a hard matchup for Business of Ferrets. Not many people do know how to really kind of work around the Alarak. Alarak is such a interesting character in that regard. So I don't think people either don't know how to work around it, like with him or against him. But it very much feels like Dreambeam has practiced with them a fair bit. And maybe as Business of Ferrets don't quite know how to handle this aggression from Alarak with the pulls and the Qs. And that lightning build makes him just so consistent at range as well. So it's not even like you're... Sorry, I'm just scratching my ear. It's not even like you're losing a kind of ranged assassin just because we do have that E talent. Skev taking a lot of damage. Tongue hit by Armorburb, and that will be the kill onto May. Not quite what you're wanting if you are Dreambeam. Because now we see that they've kind of figured out a bit more. Business of Ferrets have figured out a bit more. Now we're getting into this mid-game to late game. Yeah, we're kind of hitting the mid-game now. So they are getting those necessary kills they need. They are figuring out what to do in a situation. And yep, I like this play of all of the side of Dreambeam going top. Just because Red's going to be expecting a fight down here. I'm a Burb has now figured out that everyone is here. Does use Burrow just to try to get out. We do see the knockback from it. But they won't be able to cancel out Blue Steen. Blue Steen will get this. And that is an excellent... Actually, that is not even a trade. That's 5 shots going into the core of Business of Ferrets, while only 3 goes into Dreambeam just because of how the towers are set up. And Sluggerden gets the other one as well, so that's 5 more shots. And now I'm a Burb is in an awkward spot. Does use Burrow to try and knock them back. Does actually manage to get out. Nice. Good pull by Anduin. We do see Shield coming up. Special Try, however, doesn't really have the damage to follow up with him. And we do see Skeletal Mages being dropped as well. So a lot of ultimates actually being used. Well, nothing can really strike, so to speak. Nothing can really kind of go through. We do see Icefall coming out as well. We do see Blizzard. Nothing found once again. So we're in a dangerous spot if you're Business of Ferrets. Just because if the side of Dreambeam gets another altar, that is going to be problematic to say the least. We do see a fight is coming out mid. I'm a Burb holding on. Jade Sissel uses that desperate prayer to keep them up. We do see now that is a nice little bit of a Hyperion action going mid. Bottom has been turned over. They did get bottom, so it is even once again. However, the team of Dreambeam is still a boss and a objective away, so this can go either way, and we do see now that the response by Business of Ferrets is roaming as a 5, which in all honesty isn't the worst play. If you're able to get that kill, it adds a lot of swing to your favor, but you are missing out on soak and progress. But no, we see that I'm a Burb is now going to get that soak. Shield comes out, we see a stun, we see a stun, we see a silence, we see Alaric getting relatively low, we see Queen's coming out. Alaric does pull himself out, so they get to live it a little bit longer, and they will just back out fully, and we do see now Special Try is chasing them. Oh, I wonder... Oh, E may have been able to finish him, but I don't know how long it would have been till Joe had it back up. Meanwhile, Zul was just pushing this whole time. He's like, my team's dying, oh well, I'm just gonna get this. And actually gets it just before the altar can fire. So that's once again only 3 shots into the side of Dream Beam. Business of Ferrets just kind of getting a bit bullied out there by the split push that Zul is providing. Just because with those skeletons that he can spawn thanks to his trait, it does a lot of bonus push. Because they do actually a decent amount of damage when they're all on a structure. Or even all in a lane. You can see just how much they do sometimes, just tearing something apart. We do see now that... Oh my god, I'm yelling, sorry. Oh, that is an Ice Wall coming out. Skev probably has that, yep. We do see that is Vincent getting stunned. We see Anduin does pull them out. Light Bomb onto Joe, gets a nice double stun. The Ancestral use on Quinel. Quinel is backing out. Isolation doesn't quite find its target, and we do have Dahaka knocking everyone back in. Phoenix used directly on him as well. Lustein V2 getting relatively low. We do see Zul is that range, that melee build, that auto attack build, and you can see they're getting a lot of healing during that. And actually, Alarak will barely find Dahaka. Dahaka was at the very tip of that ability. And that is very unfortunate if you are Dahaka. But that bomb actually managed to find free 4 members, as that is a very good time for a turnaround of a fight, as what? Vala found 2, and we found 1, and Kael'thas found so many with his bomb. That is what you needed if you are Business Ferrets. This now lets you come back in it, and now lets you hustle into everything. Now Joanna will take this objective, but I don't... You can see Reyna is very hesitant about stepping in, but no, they will stall Joe for a while. They are forced to back out, however. Boss has been taken by the side of Business of Ferrets. That's one of the main win conditions now off the field for Dream Beam. As I was saying before, they can just get a turn into Boss. Boss is now not an option for another 5 minutes. So that means they're going to have to either get some sappers in, or get another fort and get an objective, or just get multiple objectives. I guess that keeps at this point. They upgraded when the tower opens, when the well opens. We have nice shield, nice follow-up with the W. However, Vincent and Fornatime were both just a bit too far back. We see Vincent is now stuck between a rock and a hard place, gets pulled out by the Anduin, and despite everything being dropped there, what we saw the kitchen sink be thrown, Ice Wall, Counter-Strike, we saw Skeletal Mages. Actually, Business of Ferrets was able to get out unharmed. Let's have a look at their heroics. We have Blinded by the Light from Joanna, we have Flamethrower Kael'thas, we have Farflight Quivers on the Vala, Varian's Legacy Anduin, and Contagion on Dahaka. I was like, how did that camp... I guess that camp just reset. That's unfortunate. But we do see now that is Sappers being taken by Dream Beam. Oh, not Dream Beam. By Business of Ferrets. They should really get these walked in before we even try the next one. Because we can see Reynolds is just trying their best to clear them. J-Sizzle throws out route. Does not quite find anything. They need to get these Sappers just a little bit closer, but they're not quite able to do so yet. Nope, there they go. One goes down before they hit the building, but the other 2 do make it safely to shore. Well, safely is a loose term. There's a lot of damage coming out. That's a double root. That's a double kill. There is a run in the background. We do see J-Tizzle does get rooted. Dahaka is moving as fast as they can, trying to get Bluestein down. We do see Quinel in an awkward situation as well. They don't quite want to lose all that sadism that they've worked so hard to build up. But there goes those 20 stacks, and they're now back down to 80 sadism. And if you were, yeah, I'd say if you are the side of Business Ferrets, you just take this and then get an easy 8 shots off. So now that this is why I do love this map. It can very much turn around, because Dream Beam had the advantage for a while, but now it very much. Man, I'm so tired today. So I saw Skeletal Mage just dropped, and I see Ronan going down. And actually, that will be Ronan found. I'm a bit hit the tongue, and Fawn of Time was also there just to give that follow-up damage and also use one of those charges of her ultimate. Meanwhile, looking at the Storm talents, this has been over like this for a while. Meanwhile, looking at the Storm talents of Dream Beam, we have Deadly Charge on Alarak, we have Shatter on Mage, Zul is making up his mind. Raynor went the Sergeant Pip, I couldn't remember what the upgrade was. And Farseer's Blessing from the Rhaegar. Interesting that we see Sergeant Pepper. Yes, you get more, what is it called? More procs of give him some pepper, which in Raynor's build does actually matter. However, when you have other talents kind of competing with that, there's, I can't remember what it is. It is the kind of unstop heal button that does so much if you're just in trouble. You just emergency just slap your E button and you're usually safe. But, hey, if this works out, if it works for Raynor, we'll be at 2 them. And we do now have another double objective phase up. This top keep is just still sitting there on the blue side. I would like to see Dream Beam, Business of Ferrets actually grabbing it now before it gets to this objective phase, but we'll probably have left it a bit too late now, I say that. And they're going to look to get aggressive. Joanna is actually late to the party, making her use Icefall in 19 seconds. We do see that going down. And that's actually, for once, them in the favor of it. The structures in the favor of Business Ferrets for the first time this game. We see a lot of abilities being used already. That is a good disengage. Sluggodin is trying to get better in the backline. That Earthgrass Totem doing a lot to actually slow down the enemy team. Special Try doing their best to kind of interrupt any combo. We do have Imerburb going to the backline, stopping Raynor from doing too much. Farseer's Blessing does manage to splash onto them. Imerburb now in an awkward position. And we now have a 6-6. Special Try taking a lot of damage. We do actually have Dahaka getting pulled in silence. And actually Bluestein V2 nearly goes down. But they did at least... Oh, that is Deadly Charge. And that is actually Kael'thas going down first. We do see Stun coming out. Special Try. Relatively low Fawn Time low as well. We do see Blind of a Light coming out once again. As Fawn Time's trying their best, but no, they rolled in. They should try to roll. Oh, that's unfortunate timing. There is Boss. So we need damage control now for the side of Business of Ferrets, because if they aren't able to hold on to at least a few more people, we're actually just going to see that Dream Beam is going to look at Boss, and these 4 shots will end the game. But there's not really anything that Business of Ferrets can do to step back in. Burb trying to go bottom, but no, getting there just now a little bit too late, and that will be the game going over to the side of Dream Beam. So, GG's called around, and let's see how that went in terms of our game summary screen. I've opened this up too early once again, because there's always names of it. I didn't really need to figure out the movies. I looked and tried to figure it out, but I wasn't able to for whatever reason. Yeah, so we had both healers very close on damage. I need to move my mouse because even damage, both healers very close on healing, I should say rather. Both all damage dealers relatively close to each other as well. Alarak was getting up there, so Raynor did kind of bounce out Alarak while Vala actually. Special Chai had 62k hero damage, my word, that's I know Shield Glare build does a lot, but my god. Other thing is, let's have a look at talents. Oh wait, Soak. Zul was slightly ahead of Dahaka, but as I said, Zul does just kind of have that for his passive minions, and he's actually a very good one on this map. Just because if he is left unattended for a little bit too long, very quickly you'll lose your buildings. Things to note from talents. Yeah, the Alarak build is... I don't typically see that kind of pull used, applied force used if we're going lightning build, but I also don't play Alarak much, and also we did get Pure Malice, which their team didn't die too much, so I do wonder how... Wait. Yeah. Sorry, their team did die a bit more than the other, so yeah, that does kind of make sense, but still wonder how the Q talent would have gone, but I guess you're not relying so much in combo, so that's kind of questionable. My judgment there, which is why I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really know Alaric Anduin. Variance Legacy is not often picked up, but yeah, we see some pretty good talent. So what I'm going to do is let's go back over to map view screen and look at what is happening next. As we have Dreambeam taking that one, and let's go into my pre-prepared folder of map 2 exclamation mark as opposed to map 3 question mark, which is, I don't know if map 3 is going to happen yet. So we have, actually have no clue which one we have. This one, Infernal Shrines. It's always Infernal Shrines. Why would it not be Infernal Shrines? Everyone loves Infernal Shrines. Right. And as you can hear, we are into the game. So let me swap it on over. And let's start on the right hand side. We have I'm a Burb on the Sonya. Jay Tizzle is on the Malfurion, something you don't see often at the moment. 4 in time on Cassia. Joanna is on the... Oh, special shots on Joanna. Vince Smart is on Jaina, I was about to say. I got that very mixed up for a brief moment. Let's have a go look at the other side. We have Quinnell on Hanzo, Skiv on the Mei, Ronin on... Can't remember what they're called. Leoric. I was like, I was just playing this character once just before. Sluggerden is on the Asmodan, and Bluestein is on Anduin this time. Ronin doesn't quite find their mark with that bucket. Very good dodge by Chai. And we do just now have... We're once again getting that kind of general wave clear, repeat. I do like the Sonya here. I like Sonya on this map. Sonya is very good clearing objectives. She is a bit of a bully for the off lane. So yeah, it can work both ways. Special Chai was kind of watching their friends, but does get scouted in the bush by Skev. These waves just getting cleared out once again. Asmodan is just kind of wanting to get as many stacks as possible. That's always their goal. So we're going to see Blizzard get peeled down, and Asmodan is not going to dunk on it. They just dunk on the camp instead. Let's have a look at what people are going. Yep, they are that team fight glow build, which will get very potent into the late game if this does go to the late game. Other than that, we have Hanzo going Scatter Arrow. Sorry, Serrated Arrow. Wait. Simple Geometry. Serrated Arrow is level 4. And Jaina is going Globes, just for the extra mana regeneration. Are they going to get invaded? Did Hanzo really just, like, not get a stack there? Did it just part the Red Sea? Alright, let's see what's going to happen here, because it looks like... Oh. Jaina has Skev has been scouting the bushes. They're doing very well with those blinds so far. They managed to find everyone, and we do see Scatter goes in. They can see they're not doing the camp and just decide to kind of not really fight into them too much. Obviously, we're just going to get a little trade. Special Chai it does get very aggressive. What I've noted is Joe eventually just walks up and just slaps her W button like, yeah, I've got this, guys. Go. And the rest of the team's like, oh, okay. I do like the let's go in attitude though. Just because I have the same attitude, albeit I was the worst tank, but I have the same attitude when I was playing Chang. Actually, that's Jaina going down first. 400 time. That looked weird. God, that looked so weird. Cassia's got one of those weird buttons, one of those charge buttons that looks so weird if they can't path to their target properly. Because you just see, we just woo. But first shrine coming up, we do have a Frozen Punisher shrine, and neither team has Sylvanas, so this could be very interesting with kind of how the teams will. I mentioned Sylvanas in particular because Sylvanas is usually the worst of Frozen Punisher. So that means, and basically every map I've casted, every Infernal Shrines that I've casted recently seem to have had a Sylvanas involved some way, somehow. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this objective. And I would like to see who does what coming on up. As I'm just going to sit it right on top of this objective and stretch, because apparently I haven't stretched this morning and my back is tense. So, where are we going to go? Ronin and Co. get that kind of starting advantage. We do have Dreambeam just kind of stepping on early. Sonya is actually soaking for 7s by the looks of it. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, if the team's discussing it, it's perfectly fine. They're trying their best to kind of slow down the progress of... Wait a minute, I just realised. Yeah, Cassie, it's the auto tech build. Nice. I do like seeing that. You don't see it very often anymore. We do see J Tizzle getting pushed back into the... I love that name. You can see him get pushed back on Blizzard and actually BVM going down. Now we have an awkward spot because I'm a Burp has only just appeared. Sevens, however, are now through the side of Business Ferrets, but it'll just be a little too late from Iverburb as we did lose a healer. And that will be the Frozen Punisher going over to the side of Dream Beam. So imagine Joe will, actually either Joe or Thorntime will take a jump. Oh, there we go, there's Ironskin. I feel like a pause accidentally happened. I don't know how you accidentally pause, but as per rules, they can pause, and they're not going to get super penalized for it if they do it like once, but if they do it more often, you only have a set amount of pauses you can use per team. So yeah, that is one of their free for the series by the looks of it, which hopefully will not matter. Fingers crossed, but we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. And May has been found by Joe. Joe decides to just not care about May. Just walks straight past him. Maybe not. And just does a nice little loop. I love that. Let's see. Let's have an offlane update. Which one is experience? Sonya is actually doing a lot of soak. We can see Sonya is up in XP over the Leoric currently. As you can see, she is rotating back and forth, but it does look like Leoric is getting more of that siege damage. Oh, it's actually still pretty even, but Leoric has taken more building as opposed to Sonya doing wave. Actually, Hanzo was found and traded for the... can't remember her name. And what is your name? Jaina, and traded for the Jaina. For a time doing a nice little dodge down, but now it's an awkward situation. However, Sluggerton doesn't want to quite commit to that, as we see Special Chai is walking back up. Also, Leoric was here for a brief moment, but decided to just trot along, leave, go elsewhere, do other things, etc., etc. And what is happening with my overlay? Sorry, give me a moment. Oh, it was not wanting just to show that. Okay. Sorry about that, I just saw something in the background. And we do now have the team of Business Fair, Dream Beam going down to bottom camp. Business Ferrets going, hold on, we have heroics here, you can't do that, bud, that's ours. We do now see Hanzo scouting it, but the camp has already been taken. So, heroics through both sides. We have some Water Elemental by Vince Noir on the Jada. We have Falling Sword Joanna, Lightning Ball on the Cassia, Leap Sonya, and Twilight Dream Alfurion. And on the other hand, we have Dragon Arrow Hanzo. Oh, not fun one. Yes, I understand that it's the good one. It's a big AoE stun that can be ranged. But Dragon Strike is so fun. Nice root coming up from Alfurion. That is Sleepy Time root as May in her pajamas already does fall asleep. And she is going to have to back out. Sonya was scouted. They're sitting there ready for that leap. Other things not. We do have Light Bomb from Anduin. We have the Entomb Leoric. Ice Wall May once again. And Tide of Sin. Yep, Tide of Sin from the Asmodan. However, they are only at 100 stacks, so they just kind of need to be working a bit more to get those stacks. It's been quite cancelled out. Only Vince Noir is found in that Ice Wall, so they're going to be relatively safe. Dunk doing not even a quarter of health, maybe just about a quarter of health, and we do see Special Chai's kind of going, go on, get out of here, go, scram! And it's just shield clearing and just kind of trying to push out the side of Dream Beam. For one time, gets slapped on the butt by Ronan. Which, Ronan, inappropriate? No. And we do see now objective is up. This time we have an Arcane Punisher. And we do have a level advantage actually for the side of Dream Beam, so we're going to have a slight advantage coming into this. We do see Leoric is asleep in that Sleepy Time route. Quinai actually stepping up a bit too much. Does need to get pulled by Anduin, but that's very close to them dying. For a time, just moving it as much as they can, still within the confines into him. Actually, Joe went incredibly deep for the Hanzo, now put them in awkward situations as they get rooted, having to back out. Twilight Dream being used, a lot of silence, a lot of blinds. Anduin jogging straight into the middle of the team using that Light Bomb. And that is a excellent Ice Wall, but we don't see the follow-up for it, and that will be 1 for 0 as the Ferrets was able to find the kill onto Hanzo quite early in that fight. Actually, Hanzo has almost respawned, but at this point, Business of Ferrets are ahead in terms of the objectives. Special Try stepping up a little bit. Does manage to back out of range of Sluggerton. Sluggerton is actually starting to get up there now. You can see the stack's doing a little bit more. And we're just 2 off for the side of Business of Ferrets. And that will be that. Special Try is just making sure they get the globes. They want the money. They want the candy, so to speak. And let's go for 13. Oh, actually, that was Jaina completing her quest. Nice ice block by May. Just don't want to take that extra damage. We see wall being taken by Business of Ferrets now. This Arcane Punish is still healthy-ish. Not the healthiest punish we've seen in the world, but pretty healthy, as it's just punching building. It does jump on top of Skiv. And that will be the Punisher going down. We do see Wave getting cleared out. We see May pick up. Both teams have 13s now. My back decides to just see, so that's fun. Ow, I'm not meant to be this old yet. I've got a little bit of time before the grave takes me. And we do now have this bottom camp being cleared out. Joe scouts it, but will anyone actually be able to step on it? They do have, they're forced forwards by the Isol and the Tomb. We do see that Falling Sword coming out. Actually, Asmodan's first one to go down. Skiv relatively low will be next to go down, as that will be another 2 kill for the side of Business of Ferrets. They're looking much more in control of this map than the last one. I do wonder who picked it. I'd have to have a look after this map, because obviously if I look now, I know how it's going to go down, and I don't quite want to know that. Special Try really is just running it down, doing that. Let's take a look actually. How much hero damage have they done? 17k. That's a decent amount. Outpacing Jaina by a little bit, but we do see Jaina has definitely focused more on the objectives when team fights have happened, and Special Try has just been running down the enemy, just shield clear ready, just going, you know what guys, let's go, let's go, let's go. Which I love the passion. And we do see now that they're just going to be pushing into this next fort. Sluggerton is looking to get a little dunk. A little bit of dunk action. Ronan is maybe considering entombing. Yep, we do see entomb coming down. Falling Sword unfortunately doesn't quite cleanse a wall. And that would be Special Try going down. And that's actually a nice turnaround that Dream Beam was needing this map so far. They've just been kind of pushed out a little bit. And that is an excellent Dragon Arrow. For a time, not quite being able to hold on, as they'll be finished off by the man who stunned them, Hanzo. Meanwhile, Sonya just stole this cap. Just good work, Sonya. Ronan's like, wait on, hold up, bud, hold on. That's not appropriate. Let's just get rid of this. Let's just get rid of his shaman before it does too much more, and actually summons one more dog for good measure. Meanwhile, Midfort was taken by the side of Dream Beam. However, Business of Ferrets did manage to get the talent advantage during that, but it's actually pretty close now. Like it's not in either team's firm kind of advantage anymore. Both teams are relatively close in terms of levels to each other, experience to each other. They have the same level. There's maybe half a level difference, not half, even a quarter level difference. We do see Asmo and Asmo trying the best soak bot. We see Leoric also. However, Leoric is about to get found. And they immediately go, I need to back out of here. This is taking a lot more damage than I expected. Even with that, oh actually they're not Wraithwalk build. They are just Creepy Hand build, that W build. And Asmo at 244 stacks, they have at least completed their first step of Gluttony. They are now just still working on Annihilation. However, the globe now will give them more cooldown reduction, more things they hit, and these, funny enough, objectives with this Mortar Punisher and all the skeletons around it have a lot of things to reset on. There is a lot of bodies on there. You'll probably have enemies, you'll definitely have minions. It is not going to be the easiest. We see Leap coming out, however, that will... Okay, Joe, you nearly made an interesting choice, but no, we do see him back out. Nice dunk on Armor Verb specifically. Dragon Arrow also finding Armor Verb, however, Leoric will be first one to go down. Skiv is actually getting relatively low. Does get enough people with the Light Bomb to me that the shield will keep him up a little bit longer. Skiv is doing their best to kind of back out, however, they slid in, and that will be Skiv going down. And now we do have Business of Ferrets pushing onto the objective. Yeah, sure, Asmodan can poke it. Same for Quinel. Oh my gosh. Vincent is actually relatively low now. They need to be very careful about how this all goes down. But I'm a bit taking low. J Tizzle stepped up to see if they can get extra the extra heal out. Vince Noir in danger. Actually, Special Chai takes the hand. Vince Noir actually gets to live. I was going to say, not if they get hit by that, but Leoric dies once again as they are taken down pretty painfully, let's say. And now Blue Steen V2 is an awkward spot. Does Imberberg have leap up? Yes, they did, but they didn't leap onto... Oh, no. Actually, Imberberg was able to find Anduin, and then Joe finishes off Hanzo with the E. Oh, I saw the timeline where that went very wrong for Imberberg, and it was honestly almost this one. As we can just see all three towers, both the towers and the fort targeting them. And not to mention now we're having people respawn. Ronan's nearly back up. Skev is back. However, they are now still 2 down. Objective is found. Vince Noir, awkward spot. They are going to go down, unfortunately. They haven't actually quite finished their frostbite yet. They're still okay. In 2-1 form time, and Ronan is down. J-Tizzle, however, is now back, doing the best to keep them up. Unfortunately, Falling Sword does not quite find Skev, but that is at least the Punisher going back on them. Let's just zoom back in. Wait, this feels really zoomed in. As now the Punisher and the friendly team of Business Ferrets is going to jump on in and try to get that opposition down. See this fort going down pretty quickly. Skev gets jumped on once again, didn't quite have that ice block back. As the Mortar Punisher is just doing its best to pump out that damage. And it should be having its stun back up again very shortly. And this is actually going to be the fort going down. Out there is jump. Ronan takes a decent amount of damage. And once again, we have a little bit of a disjoint. Special Chai always gets so much more aggressive with the rest of the team. However, Ronan now looks at the situation as they didn't have the health to deal with that, and they didn't have escape of Ray 4 Cup because it already had to be used after the Punisher jump. We're having a look at the Storm talents now for Business Ferrets. We see Wintermute Jaina. I'm looking at it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. Falling Sword upgrade. What is it called? No one say. Heaven's Fury from Joanna. Infinite Lightning from Cassia. No, I'm not even going to get this one. Composite Spear from the Sonya. And, ooh, Lunar Shower. Let's go. I like Lunar Shower. I'm personally a fan of it because more W's that you hit equals more healing. However, I do understand why the other ones are picked often. Special Chai in an awkward spot. Ronan actually breaks their own tether. They weren't able to step back in. And Special Chai stepping back up. We do see a leap from Armorbird having 2 backliners. And you see Falling Sword landing directly on top of Ronan. Ronan will be going down next. Slug it in. Pointing that laser pointer directly at Special Chai. Special Chai was also taking damage from the structure at minus 20 armor. Unfortunately doing a bit too much as that will be them going down next. Excellent Freeman arrow from Quinel. However, they do get hit by that spear build. As I say, that spear build Sonya does so much damage. So I'm assuming we have Poison Spear as well. Yep, indeed we do. Yeah, my 25 on Sonya, and then this 100% extra damage on the spear does actually a lot. And even with slams to follow up, that is always going to be potent in terms of damage. Right, let's have a look down here. I say potent in terms of damage. Sonya's now in danger. Imberb doing the best to escape, and actually we'll go down to the May auto attack. And J-Tizzle now is awkward spot. I imagine they're going to drop her roots at basically in this gate to see if they can survive. Ronan gets taken down by that Infinite Lightning and actually doesn't quite hit that bucket to kind of get that healing re-going, get that respawn coming back up. And our fauna time is just kind of getting that chip damage onto this gate. There's the first bit going down. We do see J-Tizzle was hit by Ronan. I imagine next objective should be called... Not that, called relatively soon is what I'm saying. Man, I'm just like tired today. It's my Sunday already and I'm just tired. Also, hi Rock, I hope you are doing well. I am like ready for a nap, but like, no, I'm going to cast a few today. She'll be right. People always love getting casted. But we do see that this is yet another camp taken. And just to recap for people who weren't here, map 1 was Towers of Doom. It was actually very close by the end. It was in Dreambeam's favour for a little bit. Business Ferrets was mounting a comeback. However, that map eventually went over to the side of Dreambeam. And now let's see where this next one goes. As, yep, there is the objective. As I said, it was going to get called pretty soon. Special Chai stepping up does force out the Ray Fork by Ronan. Honestly, not the longest cooldown, so Ronan will have it back soon enough. Meanwhile, Shaman Camp's pushing top. We have this camp pushing mid. We may even get another camp taken. Nope. Jace hasn't thought about it. Just maybe checking if the team of Dreambeam was there. But no, Dreambeam is showing top. And Special Chai was scouted by that sonar arrow and has been scouted again. Uses their own scouting tool of the hammers. We do see... Oh, it barely misses Ronin. That's fortunate for them. We're getting a very interesting split from the side of Dreambeam. They're very kind of spread out. Speaking of which, I'm a Burb is now nowhere near their team. Rest of I'm a Burb's team is over here. Sonya uses Leap to kind of... Maybe she was trying to predict something, but doesn't quite get out. We do see Icefall and the Buried Alive used. Right, Sonya, I'm a Burb does have to back out. We do have Quinal being chased down by the rest of the team. That is an excellent route, stopping Mei from getting her combo off of the Blizzard and the Slide. Ronin seeing if they can get Special Chai as they are that percent damage hand. We do see Dragon Arrow going straight through. Special Chai have managed to break it. I'm a Burb missing their spear, not quite finding it. There'll be Burb going down first. However, Leoric is straight out. Subdue is completed throughout this process. And then we see that it is a double kill now. A triple kill going over to the side of Business of Ferrets as one more blind comes out from Special Chai. And that is an excellent fight if you are Business of Ferrets. You really need this map, considering if you don't, well, it's the series done, but this map being taken will take it to a map free. Special Chai is backing for resources. Meanwhile, all this time, we've had the siege camp actually pushing mid. Only one of the minions died now. We do see Sluggerton and Quinal looking to clear this out. One Q, one Asmodan empowered dunk will get rid of basically the whole wave, and then Hans will have a quick follow-up on the... What's the word I'm looking for? On the final of those... I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called in Diablo. I can see what they look like. Does this tell? No. But either way, the game went down, however, fought soon to follow. We just see Leoric going down once again. This Leoric has had a bit of a rough game this game. Oh, looks like, yeah, they're starting to get a bit picked on. 8 deaths, not quite ideal if you're anyone. But we do now have an end call by the looks of it as the Punisher is hitting the core. We do see Mega Stun for a while. Blue Steens is an awkward spot above the rest of the team. The unfortunate thing about Cassie is bouncing auto attacks is buildings do sometimes hit her. But we do see now it is at 40% and quickly dropping. Leap comes out, Mei is down, Edwin's down, Joe's down. That's actually a lot down. We're actually getting pretty close now. There's a couple more slams from I'm a Burb, and that will be the second game of the series going over to Business of Ferrets. So that is evening everything up. I like it. Right, let's have a look at the game summary screen and see how we win. I nearly pushed the wrong button and nearly made loud sounds of doing my opening once again. So, I've swapped the wrong thing, haven't I? This sometimes, it's a little bit awkward. Let's just change it back over here. Anyway, a little bit of a damage difference here that time. We do see that Cassia did get quite a bit ahead. Azmodan didn't quite get as stacked as fast as they may have wanted to. However, we do still have a map free, so it's not the end of the world for them. And Malfurion actually got a lot of healing off this series. I do like seeing these lesser picked healers. Well, these healers are picked less often, and when you typically see more often than Malfurion, yes, but Malfurion definitely isn't like a net zero this NGS season from what I believe. He has been used on more than one occasion, I am hoping. I can actually have a quick check of this. Let's go to here. Actually, I'll show talents while I'm looking at this, just for anyone who is interested in any of these builds. Things that stand out, not really. Interesting, we have Globe at Purple Globe at 1, and then Lightning, then Laser Pointer at 7 and 13. Typically you see those will be orange at 1. Otherwise, Cassia, when auto attack build, we definitely see the Thunderstruck build more often. Right. Let me swap it back over to the map view screen. As you can kind of see how this is going while I kind of get everything else set up. Because I don't know what the next map is. I'll find out soon enough. So I'll find out soon enough. And it looks like it's Ultarak. Where is my controller? This should be a good final game. Ultrarak's not one you see too often. Actually, a lot of people ban it out. So it'll be nice to see kind of what the general play is here. I do imagine it is camp whenever possible. The altars are the actual cavalry. Take it or leave it. But it should be fun. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look. How often has Malfurion been picked this season? While this is loading. 8 times. 8 games. Wait. Never mind. Let me just swap it on over because we actually are loaded into the next map now, and I can always bring that up later. Right. So we have on the left-hand side of Dreambeam, Sluggerton was back on that Asmodan. Ronin is on ETC, so we're going to have our offlane ETC, I imagine, with the E build. E auto attack build. Skiv is on Joanna. Bluestein V2 is on Rhaegar, and Quinal is on Vala this time. And meanwhile, on the right hand side, we have Vincent Wild back on that Kael'thas. I'm a Burb is on Blaze. Fauna Time on Cassia. J Tizzle on Brightwing, and Special Chai is on what I'm going to imagine is going to be Taunt variant. Right, let's just set it up mid as I'm looking at a few things. Yeah, my Malfurion's been playing in phase 7 games, never mind. That's actually far more bad for. And actually has a good win rate as well. Anyway, let's have a look and see how this will go as I'm going to open up talents. Things to note from the start, we have Creed of a Hunt. Yes, Creed of a Hunter from Vala. We do have Skiv actually getting relatively low to start off with. Globes on Joanna. We do see that she has Laws of Hope. We do see Asmodan is that Gluttony once again. Varian is actually opting into Lions more, and we do have Mana Shield from Vince Noir. This may be interesting. I don't know if Blaze actually beats ETC post 7. This ETC build is actually pretty... Does a decent amount of damage, just gets pretty tanky, and... I hope they're friends with each other, because I'm just watching this spraying from Skiv. I'm like, oh, okay, guys, seriously. I don't know if Special Charge as well. I think I saw one briefly before I kind of was able to gain full attention there, but not the end of the world. As long as no one's feelings are hurt, we are fine. Just remember that you guys can actually tell each other, no, I don't like that. Stop it, dude. Not appropriate. Rada rada. Why am I getting pinged? Oh, that's fine. Let's have a look up here. We do see Skiv is running down Special Chai. Special Chai actually getting run down by a few people. We do actually see that Vala is taking a while to stack fully, but it has been a bit split so far. So not the most pressure being exerted. We do see Skiv actually getting damage on Special Chai. Special Chai just getting as many stacks as they can. And actually almost keeping up with Vala so far despite the cooldown of Q being a bit longer than the auto-attack cadence of the Vala. Quinal was again very aggressive, but they know they can get aggressive up until now. Because now is where we're probably going to see that board come out with a classic warrior sword and board taunt variant coming out. We do see John taking this amount of damage and getting that blind out, however, meaning there's not going to be too much of a follow-up from the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Brightwing's getting... That was unfortunate timing. So I say Brightwing's getting a bit bullied by Sluggerton, and yeah, Brightwing went down. It's actually almost probably better for Cassia to be with the team. Cassia could probably survive a bit better than Sluggerton, and Sluggerton's actually going kind of that more split pushy build. Meanwhile, Camps are being traded as per usual, just how this map works. Because you can see both of them coming up basically now. So I imagine we're going to see Cassia, yep, run over, and then Rhaegar. Yep, cool. Just as I thought. Camp time, baby. Prison camps are up. Skiv isn't going to quite do anything about it yet. They're just wanting to control lanes and such. And this is probably an important example of how this map works. Camps are like the most important thing here. And then it's lanes. And then just for a little bit, it's not even these objectives. Just because the objectives really more empower your resources as opposed to are powerful on their own. Well, yes, they are powerful on their own. They just... The bonuses they provide are very important. We do see phase shift coming out, Special Chai getting a nice another Q off. Allies have captured the camp, so that is me pushing wrong buttons. I'm going to close this. Fauna Time doing what damage they can, just peppering Skiv down. Dunk coming out, not quite finding any marks, but this is now at level 7. Level 7 is a through for both teams. 13 seconds left on this objective. We do see Taunt coming out by Special Chai, however this is a bit too aggressive and actually will go down. Blaze charging quite fine. I think this is going to have to be give objective, and first objective will be going over to the side of Dreambeam. Time to show them what the Storm Pikes can do. And let me check a few things. Right, and we're actually looking to see if we can mount a decent push here. I'm just going to have a quick look at things, because I imagine ETC is going to... Yeah, this is the build I essentially thought was going to happen. This is the offlane ETC build. You actually sustain really well and do a decent amount of damage as long as you're able to keep your E rolling. Actually, Vala goes down to Kalefish. I missed that entirely. But speaking about going down, we do see that now Business Ferrets are starting to lose structures in all the lanes. See, this gate is already down. Varian is doing their best to defend against it, but isn't quite known for their clear with Taunt. And even Blaze is doing a bit better. Blaze is fearing the best so far. We've got the least pressure as sure, again, as I was saying, like, yeah, this is probably the ETC offlane build, but it's more of a bully than a clear. And Brightwing's been left alone bottom again. This didn't go well last time. Hopefully J-Tizzle can hold on a bit longer. They probably need to save... So they probably need to save their polymorph for when he was doing the laser beam, his E, whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called. Save hit for all shell burn. But we do see now Blaze is trying to get that double soak going, and actually that is camp advantage now starting to kind of go in favor of Dream Beam as they were immediately on their one. And, well, Business and Ferrets haven't even started their next one. Let me just have a look at things. Oh, of course things are happening right now. Right, and now we just have this wave being cleared. I'm a bit... Oh, excellent time by Ronan. Unburb did look for a stun, but wasn't actually able to quite fight it. It just got knocked back immediately, and that may be a little bit of frustration from Unburb, but there wasn't really the damage to follow up all that much, so it's neither here nor there. Speaking about damage being followed up, we do see a lot is happening bottom, as it is heroics for both teams. One time is getting relatively low, special try also holding on. For one time will actually go down. This building will be soon to follow, I imagine. Yep, ET hits it once, and that is another stack. That is actually the first stack from Vala's Creative Hunter coming through. And now let's actually have a touch on heroic talents. We do see Phoenix from Kalefish. We see Ball Lightning from Cassia. Link Heal Brightwing. We do see Blaze running away. Didn't have to use the bunker. We do see Volvarian went Taunt at 4. I think so. We do have Quinal has gone the stun, Rain of Vengeance. Ancestral Healing from Blue's Steen V2. So the very standard one. I wouldn't have minded seeing I'm like making the animation of like auto attacking faster with my hand. I'm like, yeah, auto attack. Bloodlust. I wouldn't mind seeing Bloodlust, but here we are. Mosh ETC, Wizard Shield Joanna, and Tide of Sin from the Azmodan. I like Stage Dive, which is always a fun way to start off a sentence. I like Stage Dive because Stage Dive is fun, it's a good global practice. However, this is looking like a very good Mosh target, as that is 3 members who can stun Mosh. Benswar really needs his E up, and no, that is actually Cassia going to first, Blaze going down second. Cassia doesn't have armor if she can't move. We do see now a nice double stun coming out from Benswar, does drop a bomb. And I know what's going on immediately about Stage Dive, but that was an excellent Mosh by Ronan, as they did give it triple Mosh, and a double kill was able to come from it. This is not really something you want to... Yep. Oh, that happened again. J-Tizzle actually got the teleport off, but because of how the game works, they got the teleport off, but the actual heal comes a few frames after. And as you can see there, unfortunately for the Kalefish, the teleport happened, but the heal did not go off. But sometimes that does happen, and it's just something you have to roll with on these occasions. Right. Of course, people miss me. No, I don't want to have that. Go, minion die. Thank you. We're getting a heavy push top, and I'm actually noticing now that both teams are getting... The lanes are getting opened up by Dream Beam. Specifically, these boss lanes are being opened up. We see bottom is the one that was targeted first. Now we're getting top lane being targeted now. ETC's just chilling mid for a little bit. Doesn't really know an Arm of Century more. That's something new to me. I don't really know too much about that or any kind of... I don't really know too much about how people's workings are with each other. It's not really my place to know. But we do have now this fort going down. Skiv is actually taking a decent amount of damage. At -3 armor does a lot. I'm a Burb does find a very nice stun, meaning that they're stuck in a little bit longer. Does drop bunker, and actually now is I'm a Burb in an interesting spot. Fawn of Time also not in a good spot, as the stun from Quinel will find them. Excellent charge by I'm a Burb, meaning they'll get to live a little bit longer. And that is now objective being done top. We do see the mid one is still up, and actually Ancestral Healing was used just in the side there. And they'll look to open up this mid one as well. Ronan's stepping up, just seeing what we can do. And actually interesting that we don't see Encore, we see Face Smelt. Not a talent you see very often, but it is a pretty good talent if you don't want to get chased down. Because typically you see Encore due to the amount of damage reduction, not damage reduction, cooldown reduction it does on its heroic. But I guess if you're off lane, it doesn't matter too much. I do think it still definitely matters. I do like Encore as an ability, but Face Melt can do a lot to peel. That slow can actually be very potent. Look, this is where you just stage dive directly on here. Just go from here to here, like second flat, just go. Let the rest of your team go now. Stage dive. No, but no. No stage dives, nothing like that. But we do have a boss pushing keep as opposed to just fort. So we're going to get a decent push here coming in from the side of Dream Beam. But keep in mind, this is one of those this is the map where you kind of just need 2 keeps down to actually really do anything. And they've already taken a wall and half the structure before the boss even gets there. The boss is only just approaching now. Taunt coming out, Joe, and interesting that they give up the push. But it looks like boss should be able to get through the... Will boss be able to get through the building? Yes. Oh. There it goes. And over to the left here, we did have the other team, the team of Dream Beam taking that. So it does seem like Business Ferrets once again struggling this map. They don't quite have the advantage of the sign that they did last time. Last time, the Infernal Shrine seemed very clean from them. This one does seem a little bit less practice, but as I did note, a lot of teams actually ban out Ultra Pass, and I don't know if the side of Business and Ferrets usually just ban it, or whether they don't really pick it. But it definitely seems like something that they don't feel as comfortable on as the other 2 maps. We do hear ETC just getting the guitar strum out. Bum, bum. And that will be just camps being traded, just how this map works. Well, actually, not even traded. They're just prioritized by Dream Beam. You're like, camps, 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 camps. Let us take them. As we will have the next objective coming up. Slug it in, does scout with that double minion. Not quite going to get pushed into. The damage wasn't there with special try to follow up. And, oh yeah, I'm a Burb can stall for a while if they get their oil right. However, not going to quite get it that time as they will find that objective. And now we have Skiv and Quinel actually stepping a lot. Quinel does use roll to get out. Special try just slaps them for their misdeeds, but they aren't going to go down. Right, let's close this. And now we have 16s through for both sides. This could be interesting, especially because Brightwing with her polymorph can end up doing a lot of damage, can get up a lot of that extra damage as -25 armor is a lot of armor. ETC uses Mosh, we do see a lot of damage coming out, but it's 1 that's going down, but it's special tie getting relatively low, does go back in, but it's 2 going down. I'm a Burb now, Orca situation does manage to get the charge off, meaning that they aren't going to quite go down yet. However, Quinel is not done with them. They may have been able to take the kill to Quinel. Quinel was very stepped up alone there, but I guess if your key mode is survive, you're not really going to want to step back into that, is what I would imagine. Right, Ronan's looking to steal this camp now, but is a little bit away from their team, so goes, maybe I'm just gonna keep walking. I don't really wanna deal with that right now. As you see, nice charge by Amber Burb. We do see a little bit of damage coming out on Ronan, but however, it is an ETC at the end of the day. It is a tank, so they're notorious for not being the easiest to take down with just another tank and an offlane and a healer alone. And now this looks like it may be the end game for the side of Business Ferret, for the side of Dream Beam, because if they are able to get even 1 or 2 kills and this building, that could be all she wrote. Keep in mind, as I said before, Ronan is not the knockback, he's not Encore. so they won't get their mosh back for a little bit still. Skev is in an awkward situation. Actually, there's Skev going down, so what may have been an end for Dream Beam is now maybe a maybe we just take this keep. I don't know about ending, guys. We can, because you now can then get still at 2 free kill kind of territory. Because without, sure, you still have a tank in the forms of EDC, but without your actual main tank, who is built as a tank, they've physically built into the tank spec, it does become a lot harder. And Sluggerton has made an interesting choice in terms of pathing, but fortunately for them, Special Child was really the only one who was able to react to them in time. And yeah, they're not going to lose their health over something like that. 20s are closest for the side of Dream Beam, and we may actually see them get picked up before anything major happens. Actually, that was about half health on the core. That's not ideal if you are the side of Business and Ferrets. Is this Vandar? Duratan? Who is this again? Trekfar. Oh yeah, that's right. This one's Vandar. And I need to quickly do this. What am I doing? My camera work. There we go. Bosses are back up in a few moments. That's actually very important to note. Because, yep, we see I'm a Burb. Did scout it. Did see no one's there as it was coming up. And these waves will crash. But there looks like there's going to be a fight coming out first. Skev finds a Blaze. Blaze is now alone is an important thing to know. It actually may have been advantageous for it to be dismounted. Keep in mind, Storm Talents are through now for the side of Dream Beam. As I'm a Burb is now stuck between a rock and a hard place. We do see Bunker being dropped. We do see Phoenix coming out to cover them. Rain of Vengeance wasn't actually able to find them, so that will be that kind of I'm a Burb being able to get out relatively healthy, all considering. Nice double stun by them as well. Gets a little bit of Q action out. Taunt coming out Joanna, however, Special Child takes a decent amount more damage. And actually, Torbus finds the first 3 members and then another 2 members for the side of Dream Beam. As that's Brightwing going down first. Now Ronan's in danger. Ronan will actually be the next one to go down. There's that lightning just bouncing person to person to person. However, it does expire before too much else can happen. Actually, Farseer's Blessing was used there, so we can see there was a heal coming out. Skev is in danger as well. I'm a bit coming back. There is 2 for 1. So while it isn't the most ideal situation for Dream Beam, they are just going to back out, take their time, and it will be hard for Business Ferrets to step into the objective just yet, as it is at least even 30 seconds of the healer of Dream Beam of Business Ferrets alone. Other Storm Talents to note, we do have Farflight Quiver from the Vala. As I said, Torbus EGC. Radiant Shield, Radiating Faith from Joanna, and Pride from Asmodan, even though they are still a good 56 stacks off. Which, in all honesty, at this point of the game, this is about to be a good chunk. Yep, they're about 48 stacks off now. Skev is holding quite aggressively compared to the rest of the team. They're just kind of like making sure to act as that ward. We can see, however, the red team of Business Ferrets is kind of reacting bottom, just making sure they can get that pressure up. Just moving. My yawn. They're removing as much immediate pressure as possible. They're trying to make sure that these, not Web Weavers, that the cavalry gets staggered in. Because if the cavalry gets staggered in, that gives them more time to defend in kind of these free lanes. However, Varian's in an awkward spot now. Special Chai is getting hard collapsed upon. Phase shift comes out from Brightwing. Quinal gets the stun onto Brightwing as well. Special Chai doing the best to hold on. We see Farseer's Blessing used on Quinal. Quinal going back up quite full. Running an excellent slide onto Jaders. Well, actually, there'll be 400 time and Jaders are getting relatively low. We see Bunker is dropped twins and through for both teams now. And that is them barely holding on. These cavalry will be crashing in pretty soon. Things to note from the Storm Talents of Business Ferrets, we do have Convict Flamethrower from Calphas, Lightning Ball, Infinite Lightning, Cassia, Blink Kill, Invisible Friends Brightwing, Burn Notice on Blaze, and Glory to the Alliance on the Varian. Speaking of Glory to the Alliance, they really need to make it work here as that banner goes down immediately. And we do now have the Alliance's, well, structures pushing in. Nice quick tempo mosh from Ronan. We do see now Vincent is in danger as well. Cassie went down first. Now Vikalfis, that's both damage heals down. Special Try chasing down Asmodan will go down next. GG's called by Vincent. See Ronan doing their best to take down Armor Bear, but that will be the game and the series. Going over to the side of Dream Beam. GG's called by both sides. Good games, my dudes. Right. Swapping it over to game summary. Sorry, give me a moment. As I'm honestly just forgetting to push buttons because people message me for worse times. I swear, people message me always as soon as I start doing this. Very close damage in terms of Vala and Cassia, both doing pretty well. Excellent healing by Rhaegar, doing well, and Brightwing honestly did their best, but there was just a little bit too much damage at times for Brightwing to even get phase shifts off. However, looking at it, in terms of Soak, Asmodan, Blaze pretty close. Asmodan have a side advantage to Soak, but Blaze had a bit more siege, just because there was a little bit more pushing by them. Oh my god, I can just hear Asmodan's dunk. Let me just move that away so we get a little bit more quiet instead of constant like cheering of the crowd. But yeah, we can see it was definitely a bit more in one-sided than the previous maps, as Dream Beam definitely looks like they're a bit more comfortable on this with their composition than the side of Business and Ferrets were. In terms of talents, anything that stands out? No. Actually, as I said, we have the offlane ETC build without Encore, so that is definitely something unique. Rhaegar has gone a fun mix of talents. I would say that I haven't used that build before, but hey, it worked out for them. Other than that, yeah, it was very good stuff. And Special Try looks like they missed that Joe just that little bit. Also, 34 stacks on that is very good. Alright, let me swap it on over to Map Viewer. So hi Ron, hope you're doing well today. Right, so as we can see, that the first map was taken by Dream Beam. Actually, it was a pretty close map in the end. They had advantage for a while, but then it looks like Business Ferrets was surmounting quite a comeback, but in the end, Dream Beam did take it. Then map 2, Business Ferrets actually was the strong-looking one there. It was relatively even at the start, but even coming out of the early game into the mid game, definitely felt like Business Ferrets were the ones with the advantage, and they did happen to close that out pretty well. And then this last one, Ultrac Pass, it definitely was a little bit in favor of Dream Beam. So both teams definitely had their advantages at times. They had their own preferred playstyles for each map. And maybe they just need to kind of discuss for themselves a few things because, hey, if they can figure out what those maps are and kind of what the common themes are there, maybe they know what they need to do in terms of map picks and bans coming up and maybe where their strengths may lie. I have a few theories about it, but I didn't really formulate them properly in my mind, so can't go too far into it, especially because if people don't want me revealing their strategies, well, that's obviously something I don't want to accidentally reveal. However, what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to go on break. I will be back as soon as I have another series. So everyone who is here, appreciate coming along, and I'll be back in a little bit when I figure out what I am doing next.